What up, though, chat? Chat, I'm up, chat. Chat, I'm up, chat. Chat, I'm up, chat. What's good with you? So tonight's topic is upgrade your timeline, hack the matrix, level up. Let me start by saying this. We've all experienced nerves. We've all experienced doubt. We've all experienced worry. But one thing you gotta realize is that the only way to get over that is through consistent action. The only way to get over doubt, worry, nerves, fear is through consistent action. And some people, that's gonna be quick. It's gonna happen quickly after the first time you act on it. Some people, it's gonna take you a few more times. You have to keep getting up, keep getting up, keep getting up, keep getting up, keep getting up. But the more you do the thing that it is you're nervous about, the thing that it is you're worried about, the thing that it is you're concerned about, the more you do that, the more you'll break the illusion. You break the illusion because fear is false evidence appearing real. Nerves are based on a scenario that hasn't happened yet. And worry is something that's a feeling. So these are theories. So these are concepts and intangible things that aren't physical realities. And if they are physical realities, the only way to get out of that reality is to take steps and actions toward a different direction. And that's what I'm talking about tonight. First off, I always gotta come on here and make sure I'm up. Yep. I'm up. Chat, I'm up, chat. Chat, I'm up, chat. Yep. Yep. Chat, I'm up, chat. So yeah, upgrade your timeline, hack the matrix, level up. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Have you ever found yourself in cycles? Just think about this. Life happens in seasons. You got winter, you got spring, you got summer, you got fall. And then it happens again. Day, sunrise, sunset. A cycle is cyclical. Even with women, they have cycles of childbearing things. And so if creation itself is our environment and we're set to function in it, then it's only natural to think that there are cycles that we go through as people. There are cycles that we go through as individuals. And so a lot of people talk about the matrix. Well, from this sense, what I'm saying is, if you're in a cycle, if you're on a certain path and you've got so deep into that path that you feel like you can't control anything anymore, I'm here to try to get you to level up your timeline. Meaning, if I'm carrying myself a certain way, getting involved with certain things, maybe that's not the best version of me that there is out there possible. Have you ever thought about that? Like, what is the best possible version of myself that I can bring to the table? What's the best possible version? And what do I need to change to achieve that? And so as we talk about leveling up, upgrading our timeline, hacking the matrix, one thing I realized is that, I always said to myself like this: I don't want to be a person who has everything that I need to get to where I'm trying to go, and the only thing that holds me back is because of what I won't give up. See what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't get to where we want to be, not because of what we don't have, but because of what we won't give up. So how do you upgrade your timeline? I'm not saying putting years on your life or shortening years. That's not what I'm talking about in this sense. I'm talking about leveling up, hacking the matrix. Meaning, if I'm going to be in a cycle and I'm going to be on a timeline, let me be on a path to wealth. Let me be on a path to freedom. Let me be on a path to spiritual peace, joy, happiness, light, enlightened. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I mean. Because, like I said, sometimes we don't get to where we going, not because of what we don't have, but because of what we won't give up. And when I think about that, it's really a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Chat. What up, chat? When I think about that, it's really a tragedy, because when I say something, sometimes people don't get to where they can be, not because of what they don't have, but because of what they won't give up. That could be habits, that could be people, that could be friendships, that could be mentalities. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just looking back at a time where I feel like I hacked the matrix, because like I went to school, right? So when you go to school, college that is, when you go to college, it's like we was always raised to graduate. If you can, go to college. Graduating college was like the thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's cool, and it puts you on a certain timeline. You know what I'm saying? It puts you on a certain timeline. Go to school, graduate college, get a good job, pay on your student loans, start a family, build a 401k, retire in 25, 30 years, 35 years, whatever it is. And that's the timeline. But one example of me hacking that matrix and leveling up that timeline is when I basically reset my mentality. I was in college in an MBA program, and I found myself adapting. Like, this is how you know the timeline has become real. You'll adjust to the timeline, you'll adjust to the culture, you'll essentially become, you'll be able to step outside of yourself and see yourself becoming something in the future. You know what I mean? It's like when you catch a football, or you catch a baseball, or you catch a pass, a lot of times the quarterback and the receiver don't see each other the entire time. But it's like that quarterback can drop back and essentially see that they can see where the receiver is headed, and then they can make a pass based on where that receiver is going to be. He may have to make a little adjustment, but that pass is going to be in the general direction. Not based on seeing the whole thing, but based on being able to predict the future. Tell me a football pass is, in some sense, is not predicting the future and affecting the future. If I throw the ball high, their receiver's going to jump high. If I throw that ball low, their receiver's going to crouch down to get that. See what I'm saying? So, in that same sense, I saw myself as the receiver and the passer. You feel me? I began to dress like, I'm in the NBA program, so I'm supposed to dress like this. And I'm supposed to, be clean cut, clean shaven, you know what I'm saying? Like, dress business casual, because that's what this timeline requires. That's the matrix there. You go to class, you go home, you look up internships, you try to get an internship doing some good business, then you try to get a good paying job, try to work your way up to 6 figures. So this is how I leveled up my timeline. I'm sitting in class, and it occurred to me, I'm not okay with this. I'm okay with this timeline, but I'm not okay with the ceiling. See what I'm saying? I'm not okay with the ceiling. Meaning, I could not see how I was looking at jobs, and everyone that I saw that made 6 figures, you needed 10 years of experience. You needed 10 years of experience, you needed 15 years of experience, you needed 20 years of experience. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't like that timeline because I don't like that ceiling. So what I did to level up, guess what I did? I reset my mentality. This is an example of sometimes people don't get to where they want to be, not because of what they don't have, but because of what they won't let go. And so me having got that revelation earlier in life, it's like, okay, what can I let go that will allow me to level up my timeline and hack the matrix? And what I figured out was, you think because you're in college that this is the only way to get to 6 figures. You believe that because you went to college, you need to go back to college to try to get more money quicker. You believe that you're supposed to dress like this. You believe that you're supposed to earn money as a lawyer or a doctor or, a finance guy or insurance guy. This is what you believe, Terrell. This is what I'm telling myself. I'm seeing the timeline. I'm throwing myself a pass, but I don't like where it's going. So what I did was, chat, W's in the chat if you feel me. W's in the chat. But what I did was, I let go of the mentality of what I'm supposed to dress like, what I'm supposed to be like. I let go of the mentality of what I'm supposed to be doing, the only jobs I let go of all that. I shredded all of that. And I treated it as if I had no degree. I treated it as if college meant nothing. I treated it as if I never played sports. I didn't connect those timelines to what I could do because I'm no longer playing sports. So you can't go to the NFL if you're not playing sports. So let go of that timeline. Time to level up. Okay. College, you don't want to spend 10, 15 years just to make $100,000? Okay. Let go of that. So now I have a clean slate. Hacking the Matrix is like a clean slate. You see what I'm saying? It's like essentially all the simulations are on pause. All of the simulations are frozen. All of the simulations are in your mind, and they're waiting for your mind to put yourself in another frequency, on another level. So I focus hard, I meditated, I try to ask myself, what can you have as a mentality that will allow you to level up sooner, more efficiently, more effectively, and without going through another 2 years of school. Now, I'm not saying I recommend this for everybody. I'm just saying what happened with me. And so, this is what I arrived at. Okay, think about industries. Think about high demand industries. Think about skills. Think about typically what college graduates from universities typically don't do. Think about what they're too good to do. But college graduates are not the only people making good money. And so what I concluded is that I can level up by humbling myself, coming down from scratch, treating myself, my resume, my skills, everything as if I had never even graduated college. And this is what I did. I went to trade school. I got a commercial driver's license. 13-week program. Before I graduated from that 13-week program, I did over the summer. Before I graduated, I had 7 job offers to go on the road. Another thing that I shared is this whole convenience thing. This idea of convenience is something else I had to let go. Because I was looking in the town that I lived in for a job that was paying good money, at least $1,000 a week, and I needed to do it now, and I wasn't done with my MBA, and I was not trying to do social work, and my undergrad was in sociology. So I'm like, let go of the illusions. You know what I'm saying? Let go of the illusions. Let them go. Let them go. You gotta think different. So essentially I said, okay, no more convenience. I let go of the fact that, I'm a graduate from a prestigious university, so I have to act no, let that go. Let that go. Shred that illusion. That's gonna keep you on a lower timeline. Then I let go of convenience. Okay, so not only am I not just looking in the city, now I'm looking in the state. Not only am I looking in the state, I'm looking in the country. So now my options expanded. And once I did that, before I even graduated from the trucking school, I had like 7 or 8 job offerings before I even graduated and got my CDL, but it was contingent upon me earning my CDL. So of course you're not gonna get a job if you don't get the CDL. So had I stayed in the mind state of, I'm a college person, I'm supposed to not have to work weekends, I'm supposed to get off at 5 o'clock, I'm supposed to not sweat at work, I'm supposed to be able to dress nice, business casual, all of that stuff, man, I had to let it go. I had to let it go and level up. You know what I'm saying? That's how I hacked the matrix. I took myself out of that timeline. I took myself out of that mentality. I took myself out of that cycle and put myself on another timeline. So here I am, having went to school for 4 years, and then not got good job offers after college, to going to school for 13 weeks and having 7 job offers before I even graduated. So then I go on the road, but not only that, I still took the glass ceiling off, because most people just, I was always taught this. When we job, when we working out, they always say, finish through the line. Finish through the line. You know what I'm saying? Finish through the line. That's what I was always taught. So I looked at a CDL as that's bare minimum. And so I went and got my tanker endorsement and then my hazardous material endorsement, because I knew that with those specialized skills, I could make a little bit more money, 10 or 20,000 more. And not to mention, the city that I was at had every industry in it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a huge city, had every industry. Oil and gas is prominent there. And so I saw that timeline before I even made the decision to go to school, trade school, and get my CDL. And so guess what? And hey, look, and I got receipts. This is no cap. Let me not show my information. See that? You see that? Yeah, I see where they say commercial. Commercial driver's license. See what I'm saying? It's no cap. But I went ahead and I finished through the line. I didn't just go get a commercial license. I got the commercial license, got the tanker, got the hazmat. Make a long story short, a year later, I bought my own truck. And the following year, I had earned over 6 figures. See what I'm saying? Over 6 figures. I hacked the matrix. You're not supposed to think like that. You're not supposed to start over and then still think bigger. I leveled up my timeline. I didn't like the glass ceiling that was being presented. And that's all I'm trying to say tonight is, like, you know, sometimes we have to give up mentalities. Sometimes we have to give up habits. Sometimes we have to give up convenience. Sometimes we have to give up everything, essentially. You know what I'm saying? We got to give up a lot. And should I say sacrifice? I don't even like the words give up. Let's just say sacrifice, because give up, it could mean something totally different. And I don't even want to say that and program my mind out loud. But yeah, so, you know, tonight we talking about upgrade your timeline, hack the matrix, and level up. You know? Oh yeah, disclaimer for those who don't know who this is. If this your first time on my stream, I always have a disclaimer and say my camera cuts off around 30 minutes, and the screen goes black, and it just take me like 7 seconds, and I cut it off and cut it back on. And when it comes back in, it'll say manual focus, and I'm back in action. So yeah, chat 'em up, chat 'em up. So I know a lot of times when people say the matrix and, frequencies and, people are quote unquote woke, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I get that, I understand that, but I like to make things practical. I like to show you where I applied it and where it can apply to you, because sometimes things sound so deep, but they can be applied at the very basic level. You know what I'm saying? That a matrix hack is anything that allows you to step outside of your situation, see where your patterns and your habits are taking you, and then make an adjustment where you ultimately end up on a better timeline for yourself. That's how I see it. And so it's like, sometimes people make it more, people make it more technical than it should be, bro. They make it more like, which I ain't mad at them, you know what I mean? Because, hey, everybody like a good story. Everybody like for their mind to be able to be entertained and their imagination to run wild. And, we all been down some rabbit holes in some topic. But for this discussion, practically speaking, hacking the matrix is being able to be like that quarterback and see where that receiver is going and make a pass, ultimately affecting his future, and then making a connection and being satisfied with your performance. So step outside of yourself. See yourself as a set of characteristics. Look at your day as a set of habits. Look at your life as the results of those habits. Now, of course, we have things we can't control, just like in the Matrix. You got the girl in a red dress. Sent there to make you lose focus. The red dress could be different things. So everybody else, some people can focus in environments that other people can't focus in. Some people can do things and still function that other people can't do. So I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. I'm just here to say step outside of self. Get beyond the physical and see yourself as a set of characteristics, and see your day as a set of habits, and ultimately be able to look at your life as a result of those daily habits and that character being applied. And you be surprised. Sometimes we gotta check ourselves. Man, I may be a little too easy going right now. I may be I may be too nice right now. I may be trying to please people too much, or I may be not serious at the right time. Like, there's a lot of things that keep us in the same cycle, on the same timeline, in the Matrix. Same cycle, same timeline. Same cycle, same timeline. You talk to the same person about the same thing every single time you talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Matrix. Every time I talk to this person, we always talking about the same thing, and it doesn't benefit anything. The time just passes, and the next time I talk to them, it's still about the same thing. That's the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all know for a fact there's certain people that if you talk to them, exactly how the conversation's gonna go. If you talk to them, you know exactly how the conversation's gonna go. See what I'm saying? Exactly how the conversation's gonna go. That's the Matrix, man. Get out of that habit. Either level up the discussion or shorten the time. Somebody challenge somebody. or move on from that. Move on from that. You know what I'm saying? When you young or when you out doing your thing, it sound good. I'm just giving an example. It sound good to, oh man, I got this girl and she down for whatever. Every time I hit her up, she down. It's like, okay, you got a girl that y'all link up with, or ladies, you got a guy that you link up with. Y'all always intimate. Y'all don't do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? It's essentially, y'all Netflix and chill buddies. You know what I'm saying? Y'all Netflix and chill buddies. That's Matrix. You know what I'm saying? We know, you know what's gonna happen when y'all see each other. Ain't nothing more, nothing less. If you accept that, that's cool. That's cool. But imagine that it's a person that you could Netflix and chill with, and maybe you go without being intimate as far as physically, and the conversation go longer. Then y'all figure out y'all got a common interest, and maybe that Netflix and chill evolves into conversation, evolves into writing, evolves into creating, and then how about that Netflix and chill just turn into two people creating a short film? You leveling up your timeline. You hacking the matrix. Instead of Netflix and chill just looking on the physical, looking on the surface of things, you figure out their talents. You know what I'm saying? They figure out your talents. And you might discover that y'all can create an opportunity to level up both of y'all timeline, hack the matrix, and go further. But you gotta be able to step outside of self. You know, another example of, you know, habits that you have, places that you go. The next time you go somewhere, you figure you love to eat there, love to go there, love to hang out there. You know what I'm saying? Look at the building as somebody's dream, instead of just, oh yeah, I'm finna go eat. I'm about to go eat. I order the same thing. You know, I open the door. Like, I'm so in the cycle of the matrix that I'm literally like on the road. Let me see what it's called. What's it called? Okay, look. Check this out. Check this out. Okay, y'all, check this out. Let me put myself down here. Let me put myself down here. Chat, I'm about to show y'all something. Look at this, chat. Look at this, chat. Look at this. I gotta make sure it's showing, you heard? Cause sometimes stuff don't be performing right. Oh. Why is it not showing it? But anyways, man, I'll show y'all on my phone. Every time I get on OBS, like, every time I get on OBS, something going on. But look at this. Look at this. Y'all see it? It's called highway hypnosis or white line fever. This trance-like state is a form of automaticity where a driver's eyes are on the road but their mind is not actively engaged, leading to lack of memory for the journey. It is distinct from drowsy driving, but it is also considered dangerous because the driver's attention is not on the road even if they appear to be alert. Right? So it's saying like what happens during highway hypnosis. Automatic process takeover. The driver's automatic brain process handle the physical act of driving. Lack of conscious awareness. The driver's mind drifts and they may not consciously remember the events or miles that pass. Right? So in truck driving, they teach you when you drive, like every 8 seconds, your eyes are supposed to move. When you're taking the driver's test, I think it's like every 8 seconds. When you're taking the driver's test and you got the instructor sitting right next to you, if your eyes don't move to that mirror every 8 seconds, either the left or the right, because remember, you got a load on you, so there is no rear view mirror like in the middle on no big 18-wheeler. Because you got the load behind you and you got a bed behind you. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people who drive over the road. So there's no middle rear view. So if you don't, every 8 seconds in the trucking industry, move your eyes to that mirror, then you will fail. You will get points docked according to that instructor, because they know about highway hypnosis. And what I'm saying is that's part of the matrix. It's part of the matrix. See what I'm saying? It's part of the matrix. Like I just said, when you go, you have to be conscious and aware. You have to keep your dreams at the forefront of your mind and be aware that God can send you what you ask for at any given time. And it could come through anything. And a lot of times it comes through ways that we would never guess. Like in the Bible, there was a prophet named Elijah. He had made a lot of accomplishments. Make a long story short, he had basically slayed 450 prophets of Baal. 450, basically 450 witches and warlocks. See what I'm saying? And because of this, a lady named Jezebel was after him and threatened to kill him. And so he was running from her. He ended up under a tree, and he was depressed. He was worried. He was scared. And God sent ravens to feed him. Ravens are normally scavengers. God sent ravens to deliver him food. See what I'm saying? God sent ravens to deliver him food. So what I'm saying is, just like this highway hypnosis, that's the matrix, just going through the day. You're not focusing on your dreams. You're not focusing on your goals. You're not deconstructing other people's accomplishments. Because think about this: everything that we envision, everything that we put our eyes on, and everything that we interact with, everything we use, everything we do on a day-to-day basis, first started as a vision, a thought. And it's a creation of either God, the ultimate creator, or man. So, just like people have that highway hypnosis and that instructor, and they teach us, don't just focus on the same thing the entire ride. Yes, focus on the road. But they tell us, this is the thing, when I was in training, they said, always look as far ahead as you possibly can when you're driving. Always see what's in front of you, but see what's in front of you through the vision of keeping your eyes on what's ahead of you. And always, every 8 seconds, no more than 8 seconds, always check those rearview mirrors. This keeps you aware of the big picture. It keeps you aware of staying between the lines, or knowing when to change lanes, knowing when to brake. You see what I'm saying? Knowing when there's a wreck ahead and time to stop it, stop the vehicle. This keeps you aware and stops you from having that highway hypnosis. And just like I was saying, hack the matrix. When you walk in a store, don't just go, oh, I'm in the store. Don't have daily hypnosis. Don't have matrix hypnosis. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going in the store. I know the type of food I'm gonna get. I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna order. I know how much it's gonna be. Then I'm gonna walk out. Like, when you go, like, look at the signage. You know what I'm saying? Look at the door. You know what I mean? Think about how it could have been made. You know what I'm saying? Think about what they may have charged for the door. Think about every restaurant that you go to is somebody's dream, somebody's vision. And be aware of it and have your eyes as far ahead to who you want to be, and try to see how your daily life can give you things, can talk to you, can show you steps and ways to take steps toward who you want to become. You know, don't have matrix hypnosis just like truck drivers on the road. It's like you might go 6 months and really not even like remember what you've been doing until somebody asks you, then it clicks. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I have been going through the same routine. Oh, I did say I was gonna stay in that gym. I did say I wanted to lose that weight. I did say I wanted to gain that muscle. I did say I wanted to get in better shape. I did say I was gonna keep things a little cleaner. I did say I was gonna read a book. Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Just don't have matrix hypnosis. Just like those truck drivers on the highway who can have went 10 miles and not even remember the last 5. You know, because they're only just going through the motions. You know what I mean? Going through the motions. You know, so that's another way you can hack the matrix and level up. Just be aware. That restaurant that started as somebody's dream, somebody's vision, somebody's recipe, You know what I'm saying? They say if you don't work to build your if you don't work to build your own dreams, then you will be getting paid to build somebody else's. And whatever's okay with you is okay with me. It's okay with me. But when I hack the matrix and I level up, I always tell myself, you can never go back and set a higher goal. You can never go back in time and believe God for more. And I'm not greedy by a long shot, but I am aware that God can do amazing things to blow my mind. But, you know, we're going to be allowed to live on the level that we settle for. Just like dealing with people. If all you want to do is be having that physical interaction, you know, that intimate physical interaction, no emotional connection, no business connection, nothing coming out of it but just a quick thrill, then you're going to live on that level until you start looking for something more, something deeper, a legacy. What's a come up with no legacy? You'll catch that on the way home. What's a come up with no legacy? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we talking about hacking the matrix and leveling up our timeline. We talking about taking you from, you know, going through the motions to having motion. We telling you, we talking about hacking the matrix and going from doing the same thing everybody doing to doing the same thing everybody doing, but seeing something that they don't. That's how you hack the matrix. We talking about leveling up your timeline to where the next 1 year you could make more gains than you made in the last 5. That's how you level up your timeline. We talking about being more aware, showing more gratitude for what people have built, inviting them to tell you how they did it, inviting them to help you do your version of what they did. If you think a compliment is something, wait until you're in position for somebody to see something in you, but they see themselves in you. And not only do they see themselves in you, they see that you have something that they didn't have. And they got to where they're at, and they see something in you and see that you could be better. That's how you level up. That's hacking the matrix and leveling up your timeline. See what I'm saying? But you gotta be careful though. Hey, disclaimer. Let's get real right now. Let's get real. Disclaimer. Sometimes people will see potential in you before you see potential in you, and they will go through the motions of trying to stop you or impeding your progress or trying to hate on you or gaslight you or rage bait you, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, to try to disrupt your timeline, like the agents in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Just constantly after the chosen one, constantly disrupting things, constantly trying to take your life. You know what I'm saying? Just waging war on your progress and on your path. You know, but let me tell you one thing about leveling up. We talked about ravens. Let's talk about crows real quick. A lot of y'all might know, y'all might not. Chat, we up, chat. Chat, we up, chat. But listen, an eagle is an amazing creature. It's a big bad creature with talons. It can lift heavy. It can lift heavy animals. You know what I'm saying? It can see from afar. It's a bad bird in a good way. But crows are the only bird that is tough enough and audacious enough to attack the eagle. So what the crow does is lands on the eagle's back, and it pokes at it and pokes and pecks at the eagle. Now, we talking about hacking the matrix and leveling up your timeline. What eagles do, they don't fight it, they don't panic, they just soar higher and higher and higher and higher and higher to a point they get so high and the crows can't even breathe at that altitude, and the crows faint and fall out. That's leveling up your timeline. That's leveling up your timeline. You know what I'm saying? That's leveling up your timeline. Hacking the matrix. I remember I was just working about 6 months ago. I was working at a job. And to me, it would get so, it was just moments where I felt like it was toxic and chaotic. Nothing I couldn't handle, but it would just annoy me. And I remember I had that story of that eagle and those crows in my mind. And what I would do is I would picture myself where I'm at, and then I would picture myself rising, literally. And in my mind, I would go to where I can see over the top of everybody. Meaning, okay, who is this person as a person? What's their character? Who is this person as a person? What's their character? What's their title? What's their ambition? What's their goals? How long have they been here? What timeline are they on? And then I would go higher. Okay, who's the managers here? What's their ambition? I wonder how long they've been working here. I wonder how much they make. And then I would go higher. Who sold them? How much are they paying to lease this spot out in this building? And who's the realtor that they have to go through? And how much do they make? And what I wonder what their ambitions is. And then I would go even higher. Okay, who started this company? How did it start? I wonder where they are now. Or are their kids in charge? And I wonder how much they're making. And I wonder how they think and what their ambitions are. And I would just zoom out physically and mentally and metaphorically. And it would just say, you know what? At some point, all of this is going to fade away. Because I'm going to level up my timeline. And all the petty stuff is going to fall. And I might have to deal with petty stuff on the next level. But this stuff right here, it's not that I'm above it as in I'm too good to be here, but I'm above it as in I'm zooming out, I'm elevating like that eagle, and that's what I do. Leveling up, hacking the matrix, leveling up your timeline. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good place to stop, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I think that's a good place to stop. So, y'all be cool, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. W's in the chat for being here the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Y'all spam. I'm up. Chat, I'm up, chat. I'm up. Now y'all know what I be saying when I say that. I'm up. Chat, I'm up. I'm live. I'm awake. I'm open. I'm not hypnotized. I'm not in a hypnosis of going through the motions. I'm up. I'm elevating. I'm aware. I'm thinking on a high level. and I'm prepared, and I'm trying to see and be open to what God has for me. You know what I'm saying? And I put this on TikTok the other day, and I'm going to end with this. I pray for you, and I pray for me, that we never arrive at a great opportunity with a terrible attitude. Y'all be cool, be blessed. I'm